Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nnemeka Onyekodiri. And please, we need to candidly speak to our governors and our local government chairmen and hold them accountable. Our governors and local government chairmen need to be very serious. If the governors are serious, the local government chairmen are serious, and they are focused and they are scientific in their approach to governance, we won't have food insecurity in Nigeria. We won't have food inflation at the level it is today, over 40%. We won't have the mass suffering in the land, and we won't have people trying to walk the street protesting and screaming hunger, Ago, Ebin power. Now, I'm speaking directly to the governor of the Southeast. I heard of what the governor of Enugu State wants to do, a kind of dairy arrangement that we all know will not work, and we never work, and have never worked. These governors need to be serious. There is nothing that is new under the sun. You cannot reinvent the wheel. The wheel is spherical. You can either do it with gold alloy or silver alloy. You can never have a square or triangular wheel. It's always spherical. You cannot reinvent it. You only modify it. For us to grow the dairy center, grow the dairy industry in the Southeast, is very easy. We used to have what we call Ehibo. Ehibo is the local brand of the cows in the Alibo. And trying to do the kind of things they are doing will not work. We have advocated to them on how they can grow agro clusters in the Southeast to produce everything we consume, from yam to rice to vegetable to tomato to pepper to even beef and milk. And I want to focus on the issue of dairy production. We've done proposals to them, modifying what the Dutch people have done. We have some of the best technical partners that will help them to develop it. The third biggest rancher in Nigeria, G National Ranch, owned by Chief Kofi Udara, is an Igbo man. Elsewhere, Tel Aviv, they have one of the biggest, they operate some of the biggest ranch in Kibbutz, Israel. Air-conditioned ranches that produce, each of their milking cows does between 20 to 60 liters of milk a day. They are more efficient and productive than even the Dutch people. Look at Netherlands, 1.6 million cows, scattered in 18,300 agro-pastoral dairy centers, where farmers and the dairy producers collocate together. They produce 12 billion liters of milk every year. They do 800,000 tons of cheese. They have processing companies taking the raw materials, the raw milk, to produce yogurt and other things that they export to Nigeria. They employ over 47,000 people within that industry. Last year alone, from beef to poultry to milk and other dairy products, Netherlands did export over 24 billion euros. We can replicate the same thing in the Southeast if our governors. We can replicate the Southeast if our governors are serious. And how do we do it? We have 95 local government areas in the Southeast. Each local government area, we have 95 local government areas in the Southeast. We have 95 local government areas in the Southeast. And each local government in the Southeast can house dairy agro-pastoral centers of about 300 hectares of land under an agro-pastoral scheme that will enable them to house 5,500 cows, 5,000 milking cows, and 500 bulls, all collocated together. The land belongs to the communities. The communities contribute their land. It's their land. Governor issues CFO on that land to the SPV that is going to set up for each local government area. Local government chairman and local government authority will be involved. The communities own the land. The land is valued. Attach a value to it. That is the equity contribution of that community to the special purpose vehicle for the local government where this outfit will be set up. We have technical partners, G National Ranch and Elsewhere Tel Aviv, that will bring in the Fraser and Holstein species of cows, that will bring in the milking parlor and the equipment and the building for everything that will be used to set up there. Of course, we will have 300 hectares of clusters of maize farm and other veggies that will provide the silage and the foliage for the animal farm, for the animal feed in that location. Now let me tell you what will happen. In every of this location, we will have 100 agro rangers that will be fully trained, fully equipped, and fully armed to provide protection for those clusters. Each of these agro rangers will be paid 150,000 naira every month. In every cluster, it will take about 180 to 300 million naira. 180 to 300 million naira to be able to take care of the fixed cost, the setup cost, and the recurrent expenditure of managing those agro rangers. Now, within those clusters, a cluster of 5,500 cows, 5,000 milking cows, 500 bulls will provide us with at least 36.5 million liters of milk annually. That's about 40 billion naira revenue based on the current domestic price of raw milk annually. From the agro clusters, from the farm where you do your maize, your vegetables and legumes, we will get almost about 630 to 650 million naira annually from that farm gate alone. From the biodigested animal poo that we are going to convert to organic liquid fertilizer, organic powder fertilizer, and then the maggot production farm that will have in that cluster alone, will be able to get nothing less than 1 billion naira annually. We will create nothing less than 500 to 1,000 direct jobs in every local government area under this scheme. To set up these clusters will cost about $6 million in every local government area under a missions, diaspora, community, private, public partnership arrangement. What is the role of the governors and local government chairmen? The community donate their land. The land belongs to them. The governor, they value the land. The SP and a special purpose vehicle will be set up for every local government area. The value of the community land will be their equity contribution to that SPV. The state governors and local government chairmen, what role? They will provide fencing for that cluster, provide road infrastructure for that cluster, provide borehole, and then solar power, and then do the security post or 1 or 2 buildings where the people will stay to begin to develop that place. The condition is that the communities will donate those that will work there. The 100 agro rangers that will work there will be donated by the community. They will select their good sons because every community knows the good, the bad, and ugly. And so, what it simply means that in every local government area in the southeast, we'll be able to reclaim 300 to 500 hectares of land that will have been forest occupied by bandits and unknown gunmen and turn it into oases of wealth. From every of these clusters, we will generate nothing less than 45 to 50 billion naira revenue annually. To set up the technical partners are not asking the governor or the local government chairman to bring in the money set it up. They are only asking the governor and local government chairman. Go to the communities and ask them to donate their land. Get a valuer to value their land. The value of that land will be their equity contribution in the SPV. Local government chairman, governor, fence that 300, 500 hectares of land. Provide road into it. Site and services, do the borehole, industrial borehole that will provide water to that place. Provide solar power to give them light. When you do this, value the cost of the walling that you have done, the cost of the borehole and everything. It will be your equity contribution to that special purpose vehicle. Then the technical partners, G National Ranch, owned by Chief Kofi Dara, and Elsmere Tel Aviv will bring in their own funding. Their own funding will be in place of building the ranches, the milking parlor, and all the technical equipment that will be used to set up that agro ranch and the processing parlors within that place. Their own contribution will be to bring in the hybrid Frisian and Holstein species. If you don't want to use these technical partners that I've mentioned, you can go from Namibia to South Africa to Holland to Israel. There are other technical partners you can get to help you do this. So all this convoluted thing the governor of Enugu State is doing or the whatever, it is confusing. If you go to Enugu State today, in every local government in Enugu State, you have this kind of arrangement. 500, 600 hectares of land reclaimed from the forest. If you have 100 of the youths in every of those communities, trained, equipped, and fully armed, motorized with drones and everything. There is no militant, there is no bandit, there is no terrorist herdsmen or non-government that can terrorize such local government area or community. So we will have achieved 3 objectives. We will have reclaimed our forest and turned it into our source of wealth. We will have created massive 1,000 jobs in every local government area. We will have created revenue of over 50 billion naira in every local government area annually. And we will have, imagine, every local government area in the southeast generating 50 billion naira annually. That is 50 billion naira, multiplied by 95. That is 4.7 trillion. There is no region in Nigeria that generates 4.7 trillion, even from the current revenue waterfall from FAC, JAC, and IGR. But we can achieve 4.75 trillion naira from this just simple integrated scientific agro arrangement. I volunteer with my team at Southeast Farms to help you develop the business. We have the business plan. We will hand over the business plan to you guys and the strategic work plan on how this things can be done. We will help you structure the arrangements, design it, even help you to aggregate the funding under the missions, community, diaspora, public, private funding arrangement. Our diasporans will subscribe to this because it will create massive job. We will produce enough milk for Nigeria. We will produce enough beef for Nigeria. We will produce enough maize and some of the veggies, onions, tomato, pepper in the southeast. We will produce enough yam and potato within those clusters. As we grow, we can expand that clusters to 1,000 hectares in other areas. Close your eyes and imagine where you have 1,000 hectares of agro clusters. Not just in every local government area, in every electoral ward in the southeast. Under the same arrangement. The people are only asking for governance and governments to provide the structure. The current governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Yemi Kaduna, said the CBN is not going to fund agric or anything that has to do with the enterprises the way it was funded under MFLA. They are only asking the governors, provide us with the structures. Provide us with very transparent private-public partnership structures. And we have even gone ahead to say, okay, we will design missions involving the churches, the communities, the diasporans, the private sector, public partnership. What is the big deal about this? If the governors and local government chairmen are doing what they're supposed to be doing, we will have a beam power and agro in the land. The people will not be talking about protesting. So it doesn't, and these things I've said here will not cost them their FAC or their JAC. They can steal their FAC and loot their JAC, and we will still do the same thing. God help us.